well, you need to sit down. They only can see your Turkish nose.
So what is this all about? What's going on?
Oh my god. First of all, relax. We're doing... Hold on. That one cry. We're doing a mukbang. Songul, you know, it's a Korean eating show thing, so she will know. Anyways, I just thought we're gonna eat our food on camera and then also have like just a little chitty chat. Do you need that pillow?
No, I'm straight.
Okay, so what I got, oh my god, look, Sasko's here.
Let's go.
I got McDonald's coupons, so that's why I have a lot going on. I have a 6-piece chicken tender. I have a deluxe quarter pounder. And I have a classic Big Mac. This is all mine because Benjamin does not eat meat from McDonald's, obviously. So he went to a halal spot, which is green olive or Mediterranean olive?
Green olive.
Green olive, which is a spot in Wichita. That everything is halal. Everything except the chicken nuggets are halal. There was one thing I remember him saying that wasn't. I think it's the chicken nuggets. Definitely like called them up beforehand. I'm sorry, but what is this? Is this the garlic sauce? Mm-hmm. Yeah. They really make this good, huh?
C'est bien?
Ooh! Anyways, he's having meat platter.
Beef.
Then you did not ask for it well done. You eat it like that?
No. It's okay. I'm eating the other part.
Okay. Okay, so I actually wrote down a few stuff that I definitely want to talk about. Because when we... Oh my God, look at Serene, mamacita. Hold up, because I also posted on Instagram, like, you know, ask me some questions and da-da-da. But first I want to say, you know, our last moving to, this is also for you. Our last, like, moving to Kansas. Our last video about Kansas was just basically our initial thoughts, right? I posted at January 2018. So now, December 2019, we've been here since December 2017.
Wow, it's been 2 years?
Right.
Man.
A nice 2 years. So, I definitely want to fill you guys in on, you know, whether we plan on staying in Kansas, how do we like Kansas so far, all that good stuff. So first of all, these are really good. Wow. I've never had these from McDonald's. Okay. So first of all, if you're new to my channel, you may not know, we actually moved to Wichita, Kansas because of my husband and his job. So basically, that is also then directly why we are still staying, if that makes any sense. I do know that we both feel that Wichita, Kansas is not going to be like our end spot by any means. It's not where we want to like nest and stay forever. But it is a very good place to raise a family. And I mean, we're happy here. Yeah. But we just don't see us spending like 10, 20, 30 years here or forever. That's just not.
That has nothing to do really with Wichita. That's just because we're adventurous. So we'd like to stay 4 or 5 years here, 4 or 5 years somewhere else. So it doesn't necessarily mean that Wichita isn't the place for us to stay because of Wichita, but it's more because of us. Like, we'd like to travel more and live in different spots.
Right.
But in isolation, Wichita is really good. Great place to raise a family. You know, it's calm. It's in the Midwest, so a lot of flatness going on for some of you that like that.
And so like beautiful like nature and stuff. There's a lot of farmland too, but it's just a lot of like nice greenery and stuff. There's also a lot of stuff here to do. I would definitely suggest the website called Wichita on the Cheap. It's a lady that's been in Wichita. I think she's a native. I'm not too sure of that, but she just really posts daily about what's happening that day, future events, and that's usually every time we're going somewhere or I say, hey, this and this is happening, it's because of that website. Also like cheap spots to eat, or maybe kids eat free here and she has it all on her website. So yeah, that's that. Other than that, we're definitely still remaining in Wichita right now. Because I'm happy to report that Benjamin was offered a promotion initially when we moved from Orlando to Wichita. Okay, so he was promoted from team leader to operations manager, and then this year he got promoted to associate site director. So definitely for the time being, we're still remaining in Wichita. And if there is another site that's calling his name, and you know we like the location and all that stuff, then that's the move, really. But besides that, promotion has been an eventful year for you, Benjamin, because he also became a U.S. citizen.
True.
How does that feel?
It's good. I get to vote now. Presidential elections.
Vote, 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 vote. People, like, register to vote. Go out and vote. 2020. Please, please, please don't sit back and relax. You know, back in Belgium, you have to go vote. If you didn't go vote, you had to pay a fine. I didn't want to say it's a must, but it's a right.
What,
or
mandatory? No.
Yeah, mandatory. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. It's mandatory. Everybody has to go. Like, even when my mom was here, she had to sign a paper to say that somebody else can vote in her place. Like, it's serious, okay? So we're used to that. So they need to bring that over here to the States too. But how did you like the ceremony, by the way? I don't know if I asked you, because a lot was going on that day behind the scenes with my dad, so I didn't really get to ask you a lot of questions.
That was good. Just a lot of people from different countries and.
Oh my God, guys! There was this moment at the ceremony. So if you like, I'm gonna link the vlog right here in the cards. But so there was a part in the ceremony, and you know what? This deluxe is not hitting as much as the Big Mac hits. I just wanna put that out there. So there's a part. First of all, we had an amazing judge. Okay. That judge was a white, older gentleman, but he reminded me so much of Bernie Sanders. Like, just he exudes warmth and compassion. And he was just talking about everybody in this room deserves it. You worked hard towards this. Welcome into this country. Like, this whole thing. But he was really like, it was amazing. But you really need to fix my computer, because that is like when it is like, or when my dad is like next to me, that stuff would pop up and I'm like, what is going on? You know what I'm saying? Anyways, why would you say that looks like me? That's a white lady. Well, you don't have your glasses on. Let me just put it on that. Okay, so back to the ceremony. There was a part in the ceremony that they call out the countries. They don't call you by name. They call out your countries, and you have to stand up, and then we all clap. So Benjamin was obviously the only one from Belgium. There was nobody from Turkey, right? Was there somebody from Morocco or Tunisia? Wow, I forgot. Anyways, we get to Mexico. So many people got up, maybe like, and I'm very bad at like the guessing game. I want to say between 30 and 50.
No, I think 50.
Okay, he says at least 50. Okay, so let's say 50 people got up and they were so happy, like they were waving their like paper in the sky, and they were just like clamping onto it. They were holding onto each other, and we were already clapping for everybody, but we were like really clapping and yelling, and I was like, yes, you got it. And Idris, because he was sitting on my lap, he was looking at me like, and he was telling me to be quiet. He was like, shh, because he's playing his game on my phone to, have him occupied. And I just felt myself getting super emotional and tears in my eyes, because at that moment it was really hot and heavy. I mean, it's been hot and heavy with Trump and the border. I don't want to get too political on my channel, but it's been hot and heavy for a little bit. But I think it was like in the spotlight again that week. So it was just like a double. It was, but you can feel it in the room, right? The room was just like, it was
And
crazy.
the judge was so happy for the people too. You
Yeah,
could tell, like, he was
he was like,
smiling.
and like really kind of like, wow. It was so cute, guys. It was so cute. Okay. Top 3 favorite places in Kansas.
I think it's called Old Town. I don't know where the tree was. I
Okay.
think it's called Old Town. I like Old Town.
It's like a downtown area. Mm-hmm.
I like the one place where
Oh, I like
we did the picnic where like the big spot with the water fountain where you just really
Oh
love.
yeah. Oh, the park.
The big park where you can picnic and
what's
stuff.
its name?
I forgot the name, but that's a really nice place.
Yeah, I forgot the name too, but it's a very big park. That's a good place too. And then
The Keeper of the Plains.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The Keeper of the Plains.
Keeper of the Plains is nice too. But then you have nice sightseeing things too. I mean, like Botanica is really nice.
It's a garden. But these are all things in Wichita, Kansas, not just like Kansas, because we haven't really. I mean, we've been to other cities. Also, the pumpkin patch. I felt like this last pumpkin patch, the Applejack, was a really good one. And that's also like one of my favorite. I would definitely want to go there again next year for sure. Foods you will miss if you had to leave the USA. Fruit Loops, Cheez-Its, candy corns, some of the juices over here, some of the sodas. I feel like that's a very hold on. There's turkey bacon. Turkey bacon is probably my number one. That turkey bacon, Cheez-Its, and Oreos is really dramatic. That's what I always would get from the base. The waffles, the frozen waffles, the Eggo waffles. Certain sauces, like condiments. Yeah, that's it, I think. And you?
I don't know.
Really?
The tabbouleh I would miss. I like tabbouleh.
Yeah, but wouldn't you be able to get that in Belgium?
Maybe.
Or like in Turkey?
I don't know.
That man says one thing and it's not even American. He says tabbouleh.
Yeah.
Like, who does that? It's like I would say falafel. That don't make no sense. I don't think you would miss anything really.
Nope.
They fucked up your meat like that?
Look.
I cannot have food from that place anymore. The first time Benjamin had diarrhea. Then the second time I had diarrhea. But when I tell you, like, I woke up at midnight.
Hola. Like we're eating.
Sorry.
And you're going in all details and shit. Like, hola.
Oh my god, the hell about me on a dingle. Oh my god. Your thoughts on child vloggers. Is it something you would allow Idris to do if he wants to? That's a good question. I don't really know actually.
No.
Yeah?
No, I'm just fine.
Would you, like, restrict him? I mean, like, tell him, like, don't show too much of this, don't show too much of that. Keep it focused on this, stop it, don't.
Yeah, I would provide guidance if it's needed. I mean, if I see he's doing something.
Let's say he's, like, vlogging in his school.
If that's okay, yeah, why not? Like, the school is okay with that?
No, okay, so that's where we're like, don't vlog your school. People don't need to know where you're going to school. I'm not vlogging you at work. I'm not asking you to take a vlog camera with you to work and show, you know, where your place of business is. That wouldn't make sense. Yeah, no. So I would definitely have some limitations on what he's allowed to show and what not. But I mean, if he wants to do it, if he has an interest in it, why not? What are the benefits and the disadvantages of raising a kid in the US compared to Europe? Okay, so the disadvantages is he would have already been in school right now. Because that's at 2.5. And school wouldn't be expensive. And his healthcare wouldn't be expensive. That would be a benefit of the European thing.
I think that'll be my only thing.
Yeah.
Just the healthcare for kids, it gets very expensive. I mean, a few hospital visits, immediate care visits, doctor's visit, and it's a lot. So I would say that's the only thing.
Yeah, because other than that, I would say the benefit of raising him here is like, more freedom. If you understand what I mean? Like more abilities, more possibilities for him. Another, like, it's not really a benefit, but it would be just cool for him to have a completely different school experience than we had. Also, like, all those after school programs that will be accessible to him at a certain age.
I'd say also a lot of festivities. Like, for example, when it's Christmas, a lot of Christmas sightseeing that we can do at a young age, have memories of that.
And traditions.
You know, like same thing like Halloween or pumpkin patch and stuff like that. In Belgium, you know, we don't really celebrate it to that level or to that degree, so
Christmas we have Christmas markets and stuff, but not Halloween, there's
so I would say that definitely those festivities type of moments and creating those memories, I think, is definitely very different. You know, and obviously when he gets to a certain age, I think different benefits would be, I mean, in technology and science, the US is, you know, top 3, you know, always. So him growing up in that country, in this country, would, you know, give him those abilities and opportunities to take advantage of, you know, advanced science and, you know, just even everything, art, music, you know, everything is very, very much advanced in the US. So if he would want to do something, he'll have a lot of options. Same thing with sports, right? For example, in Europe, at least in Belgium, it's like besides soccer, nothing is really getting much attention. So you're kind of extremely limited. But then in the U.S., you have scholarships in so many different areas in sports and art that I think just those opportunities are, outweigh some of the other disadvantages, like maybe healthcare and other things. So, but yeah, I think that's definitely a huge benefit for sure, if you ask me. And then in our situation, I would also add, he's kind of becoming his own person without outside influence, because we don't have friends or family around us, so he really gets to be his own person, and the only influence is really me and my wife. So I think that's another benefit too, because if we were in Belgium with a lot of siblings and a lot of nephews and nephews and cousins
and a lot of siblings. He has siblings. Like I don't. He has 6 siblings. I just want to.
And I'm not saying it would be bad. I'm just saying too much would be too much, and so I think that's definitely one advantage. Other than that, I don't know. And also, I mean, you have the U.S. citizenship by birth, so you have access to a lot of other places because of that too. So that's definitely a huge advantage.
Well, he was gonna get that period. Like I was gonna sign for him for that period. Like no, even if I had given birth in Turkey, you already have stomach issues. Mm-hmm. Oh wow.
It's full.
So regardless of where I gave birth or will give birth in the future, I will definitely sign whatever paperwork I need to show my children will have the American nationality. But definitely understand where you're coming from. Another question is, what are your thoughts on homeschooling? It really wasn't part of my plan when I was pregnant or became a mom. It's just that a lot of schools over here are either $1,000 a month, or they're a reasonable price, but then we didn't like our experience with a certain school. So that's what we decided on, is to homeschool him for right now. So he turned 3 in November. So he's pre-K age right now. Pre-K is from 3 to 6. And I mean, I'm homeschooling him, but the last couple of weeks, the last couple of months, to be honest, have been really tough. Have been really tough, because he's been sick on and off since October. And it's just really a hit or miss sometimes. But the good thing is that he definitely loves to learn. But sometimes he has his moments and he just doesn't feel like it, and he just wants to be a little evil child. But yeah, so again, it was not my, I didn't think of that when I was really and I'm gonna homeschool him at this age and all. No, and I've already found a school for hopefully next year that's a little bit like a learning environment that we're probably gonna love more, because it's not so restricting as in 20 minutes you have to do this and then you have to do that. It's more like the child gravitates to wherever he wants to, whatever subject he wants to learn about, and then the teacher will come in and will help him, guide him, and all that stuff. So we found a school, but we couldn't start in the middle of a year and all that stuff. So yeah, homeschool is hard, and it's hard, and it's easy, and it's difficult, and it's rewarding. It's just like parenthood, to be honest. But I definitely don't see, I've been watching vlogs of people with 5 kids, 8 kids, all different ages, 12, 14, 7, 3, and they're all homeschooling them, and I'm just I cannot. Also, there's no way that I can be able to teach math to anybody who's older than 4. There is no way. It's just it's not possible, So yeah, that's that. Is there another country you would consider living in besides Belgium and the US? Well, never Belgium, period.
I would say
No, for
Australia.
real. Oops, I'm sorry.
I think Australia for me. Hmm.
No, wait a minute. Fun fact, guys. We actually applied for a job. There was actually a promotion that Benjamin was up for before coming to Wichita. And we were set to go to the Philippines. And I know that might sound like to a lot of people that maybe know us. But the number one real reason that was even like a consideration, mind you, I was pregnant at the time, right? Okay. It's because it's so close to a lot of countries that we would love to visit.
Yeah.
Like Australia,
Japan, Malaysia, Indonesia,
Singapore. You know, like literally, we had mapped it all
New
out,
Zealand.
all the countries that was around that we were looking at flights and stuff, and it was all like $100 and $200.
Would have been really good, but
so, but the pay just wasn't what we needed it to be. So we said
But I would
no,
say
it's this or not. So
Australia would be a place I would go. I mean, within Europe, there would be a couple of spots too. I would want to live, like I'd say Portugal, Italy,
okay,
Ireland.
Turkey.
Yeah, I would say Turkey too, especially if we find something that has great income and great location. Because depending where in Turkey you're at, it can be so different.
If I ever will live in Turkey, which would be crazy because I always said my mom had a very bad traumatic accident in Turkey, so I always said that I would never ever go back there. But now when I think of it, and I found a place for it, and if I were to ever live in Turkey, I would eat all day long. Okay, like dürüm, shawarma, baklava,
food would be
pishi, pides,
where else?
tantuni.
I mean, I think for me, besides those countries I mentioned, I think for us a lot of this.
And Canada
would be a place.
Oh, I was like, that's awful.
I don't know. I got turned off.
I know, me too.
Because we always wanted Canada, and then there was a potential opportunity, like a job opportunity. I never had an offer or anything, but it was like a potential situation. So we started doing research on Canada, and I got kind of turned off when I looked at the houses. Prices were so high, but not just that, but also like when I really started looking into like what can we do there, like what fun activities and it's like.
Not saying that there's nothing to do in Canada, like obviously, but
I don't know. It just and then if you then on top of that take the fact that it's super cold majority part of the year and all this other stuff, then it's
the reason why we got super excited about Canada was because it had all the positive things about Europe, free healthcare, free schooling, all that good stuff, and then like still had the American vibe of living. And if we were close to the border, we would be able to come to America whenever we want to. Yeah. So that was our initial thought.
I think maybe that would be like a thing. Like if it would be Canada, it would be like near the border somewhere. In the
that
US.
we can like dip out for a weekend.
Yeah. So I think, I don't know, maybe. But besides all the countries, I think for me, a lot of the times it's about job opportunities. Really.
And it has to make sense. If you guys want us to do like a separate video about like career.
Is that this? Don't do that.
Oh my! I don't know how long it was. No, it was definitely recording, but I just don't know how long it was not recording. So we went on about a whole spiel about Canada. Let's just pray that it stopped there. Because I saw it before it was like 9, 12, 14 minutes. But so we went on a whole little tangent about Canada. But if you guys want us to make a separate video about like career moves and like what's important and he can explain how to work your way up in a company and all that stuff. Because I feel like if you're looking, like this question says like what other countries would you want to live in? You have to consider a lot. Like location of the, obviously just the country itself, the location of the country, healthcare situation, schooling situation.
Even to sometimes, depending on the country, you have to look at the politics too, because
You have
sometimes that can also be an indicator of you might not want to live there if it doesn't have like a stable, government, safe government, like, because there are some countries that look amazing for vacation, but living is a complete different thing, and so you have to really do your research. Philippines, because there's so much U.S. based companies there, that a lot of the places where a lot of companies are present, big companies, they're all secure, they all live in their own little bubble. It's kind of separated from.
Listen, it's funny that you were like not convincing, but you were like, this is positive for the Philippines, because he just had come back from a trip to the Philippines. This boy got sick after 3 days in the Philippines because of the food.
Because it took I'm extremely sensitive when it comes to food. I can't eat
like
everything.
Stomach wise, yeah.
Yeah, I can't eat everything, and I have to always know,
how it's being made, and besides the fact that he already only eats halal food, he has an extremely sensitive stomach, and so, it has to be made a certain I
just got sick because it was like a new place and stuff. But the moment I started kind of knowing my way around and knowing some places, it got better. But I remember the first week, I definitely felt like I was dying, and I had to work at the same time because I was there for work, so it wasn't just vacation. So it was definitely very tough the first week on me. But after the first week.
That's why we also know that some countries are never going to happen just because of how the food is set up.
I'll say a lot of Asian countries,
I
would never be able to live. And I would love for vacation, but to live, it would be a huge problem for me because of the food. Because me and Asian food, we really don't get along well.
And you don't even like, it's not that he even likes it. Like, he doesn't eat sushi, you don't eat ramen noodles, you don't eat pho. It's
just not my thing. I just have a hard time, because for me, one thing I've learned moving multiple times is really food is very important. I think I always underestimated it.
Right.
So the next move, I know for a fact, I'm making sure I do my research on food and what I can find in the areas. And I'm not even kidding, but if it's like a place and maybe the promotion is great, but the food isn't, I probably won't go, because
it's not worth it.
It really isn't, because I truly believe food is such an important part of your life. Gets you in a good mood, and all this stuff. You start realizing that.
Not really this, but good nutritional food.
Yeah, when you move to places where the food isn't the way you want it to be, you have to kind of go through it to understand what I'm saying. So that's why the next move needs to be a place where I know I can get the type of food I like. So
and quality. True. And then I think one other question was why did we move to Kansas? But we kind of answered that in the beginning. Mm-hmm. Because it was a job opportunity.
I'm full.
For reals.
You're cleaning up? Oh, I bet. Appreciate you.
Okay, but who said I was done? Benjamin, do you want more kids? Ola det hade då blivit. This is how he is, and you guys don't see it. Ola titta blev det då. Men jag minns så. You didn't think it's just me, it's you. So do you?
I don't know. We'll see.
You're like such a flippy floppy with that one, huh?
Yeah, it just depends on how I feel.
No, it depends on how Idris was. Idris was not so good today, so now he said nah. But when we have a good day with Idris, he's like, yes, 4 more. That's what I gotta say. Okay, guys. Okay, so I literally don't know how much of it got cut off.
But that could be a sign whether you should move forward with the video or not.
Okay, I'm wrapping up because I want to lay on the couch and just rub my belly. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. I think this is going to be the last video of 2019. Do you think this is a good video to end the year with?
For sure.
So happy 2020 to all of you. What I would suggest you doing is on the 31st of December. I don't know why I wrote it down on my palm like that. is make a manifestation board. That's what I did last year. I'm going to do it again this year. And I just wanted to throw that in there. So thank you guys so much for watching. And I will not throw up and see you in the next video. Bye.
Peace.